What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey y'all.
What's happening?
Hello everybody.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
C.Truth and I are back. It's Wednesday, the day after the election. I hope everybody is taking deep breaths and uh doing all right. I want you to be doing all right. See, how are you?
I'm good. I'm great. I
Awesome.
I mean, it is what it is. I know where I live in America, and things are corrupt, so it's nothing to
All right, let me go in here and try to I'm trying to chat, y'all. Let me see. Join the chat. Connect. Yeah. So listen, we have a great show lined up for you guys today. One of our long time intellectuals will be joining us tonight, and you're in for a treat. She's such a sweetheart and extremely talented, and we're really excited that she's going to be moving into another dimension of her career, if you will. Hey, Isaac. We see Isaac in the chat,
What
our
up,
house
Isaac?
Mardi Gras Indian. What's up? So we're really excited to talk to Maya. But before we get started with anything, we always have to kick off our greetings to all of our friends that are tuned in from around the world.
The world, and then some. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, I'm not gonna do all of them. I'm gonna do
No
most of them,
problem.
though. The greetings to everybody. Someplace in the world, and I know I don't have all of them. I may be missing some, but definitely email us if there's a greeting that you want on here. But without further ado, I say good morning, good afternoon, good night, buenas noches, buenos dias, konnichiwa, salam, sakpase, namaste. Assalamu alaikum, alafia, pareb, good day, nehoma, bonjour, bonsoir, what up, son, what up, do, alitu, akashke, what the business is, where you at, naf, babu bona, suwa bona, so wote, mujukwe, bienvenue, que paso, que pasa, osia, hey y'all, mahali jani, hafa, hilo, ahoy, como ça va, and yeah, we're gonna end it
all
like
that.
that. All
All
that
that.
there. Absolutely.
All that.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And
I
if
was
you
trying to
miss
join
it,
the chat. I don't know what's going on. I can't, for some reason, I can't join. I was trying to say what's up to Isaac. It's asking me to connect to YouTube. I don't know. I'll figure it out another time. But see, thank you for the
yeah,
greetings. Thank you for the
yes,
greetings.
no doubt.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, just really quickly, we'll tap into the election for a second. Did you have any other expectations other than what happened last night?
No,
No. Okay.
honestly, no, because like I said, I live in America and things are corrupt, so
Mm.
not surprised. Not
Now, I was
surprised.
surprised to find out that. Well, let me just say this: I wasn't surprised, but I was a little bit disappointed that our hearts were in that space. Like we were willing to forego our interest for for someone that was very adamantly vile and racist and misogynistic. I just thought that was fascinating to me. I also found when doing a little bit of research when they did the exiting polls, um, Generation X voted, well, between the ages of 45 and 59,
Mm-hmm.
voted primarily for Trump, and and 14,000 of us didn't vote. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
14 million of us didn't vote.
Well, I don't know all of the reasoning, but I think that age group voted for that dude because
For that dude.
yeah, it's whatever. For that
Uh-huh.
dude, because they are under the belief, or they want to believe that he's going to bring things back to what their beliefs are or was once upon a time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's my thinking of it anyway. I don't know the actual reasons, but that's what I think. So
All of our thoughts matter. And we're going to wrap the show up with a daily slice that taps into that a little bit.
it's a good
A
one. It's
little
a good
bit.
one. Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So how
yes.
was the rest of your week, C? What's up? How you doing in Jersey?
The rest of the week was good. Still winding down from the Conch International Film Festival.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great, fun event. to actually be there in person, on the scene, live and in the flesh. So I want to thank Magali again for having that event. It was a good, fun thing.
Magali. Yeah. I saw you on the red carpet doing your interviews. I said, look at C.
Yeah. You know,
look at
what I
C.
do was managing it all, getting the people while they was coming in and whatnot.
Yes. Yeah, that's something. So, we were talking a little bit. We're just talk. We'll have a guest come on and elaborate on this, but C.Truth and I were talking a little bit about AI.
And not Allen Iverson.
Not Allen Iverson, right.
Not that AI.
AI.
Right.
And I see a lot more people talking about it. A lot more people are curious about it. And I even see people learning how to monetize it to generate income.
Yeah.
So we will have a guest on to talk a little bit more about that and answer questions about AI. But what's your take on it, C?
It's technology. It's cool as a tool, but it's not something that should replace a human being, human functions, human reality, and such. Use it as a tool, and that's what it is. It's not real.
You're gonna be out here like iRobot.
It's artificial. It's called artificial for a reason.
Right.
We want things to be real, functioning, real things, not artificial. Artificial is not the way to go. It's just a tool. That's it. That's my views on it. Yeah, it's a tool.
I know people are using it in school and stuff a lot more, and the schools are able to. They're starting to now. They have tools that let them know when people are using AI for papers and stuff like that. Yes. But what do you see? What do you see are the dangers of it?
Well, that's a danger right there. AI actually writing papers and not people writing their papers. So when you have that going on, you don't get any knowledge on anything, right? It's like having somebody else do something for you. You don't learn anything. You don't gain anything from that. That's part of the problem. That's a potential danger right there.
So do you see any dangers like iRobot, for example, robots taking over the thinking for themselves and fighting humans?
Well, humans got to program them. So if they're thinking for themselves, that means the program went bad. Humans still program things.
Right.
These robots or whatever it is, like they're not doing things on their own. As much as people want to believe that, it's not the movies. Somebody has to program these things. So,
So AI does not have the ability to just evolve.
It's artificial.
Right. So, I got that. Keyword being artificial.
Yeah.
But so it doesn't have the ability to evolve and search and look for. So the more you use it, you give it the information.
Exactly. It's just like
at some point it runs out of information.
It's just like the way your data is mined now, where the more you do things, the more information they have on you. So therefore, the more they can suggest things and throw things at you. It's the same kind of process. It collects from all these different areas, and the more that it has and collects, the more it can say, okay, well, we're going to suggest this or do this.
Cool. All right. Well, then I'm not going to buy a robot.
I mean, you can.
It's giving me very Jetsons in the Fifth Element. Remember that movie, The Fifth Element? Where everyone was flying above each other and everything was push button for your food and all that. And that was the Jetsons back in what, the 70s?
Yeah, but it's like I said, it's cool. It's a tool, but it's not a replacement for real human beings.
Well, let me tell y'all something. If anybody that's listening is an AI expert or knows how to monetize, shoot us an email at anyreviewcd@gmail.com. Let's talk about it. Because I'm all about multiple streams of income.
And I said, it's cool. There's nothing wrong with using it. I have nothing against using it.
Right. I want to figure out how to make it do what it do. I don't know. I never, they have the little tabs you click on and be like, hey, this is how you monetize AI. I've never done it. So, yeah, it is what it is. I'm going to do a full-scale investigation, though. I'm intrigued by it.
You'll get there. Cool.
I'm intrigued by it.
Yeah.
All right. So, what time is it? Do we want to bring our guest on?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, Maya. We're ready for Maya.
Let's do it. You want to introduce her? and all the, I mean,
Yeah,
there's
so okay, let me just say this. I will let her do most of the introductions. But as I mentioned before, Maya Azucena is a brilliant, brilliant performer and singer. She has traveled all over the world with her craft, wooing audiences from coast to coast, like not like West Coast, East Coast, but like Turkey, Africa, those kind
worldwide.
of right. And as you know, the people that are endearing to us here on the show, we call them our intellectuals. Well, Maya is one of our very first intellectuals. She's been riding with Indie Review Radio for a very long time. So, and she's transitioning into some other areas. So we can't wait to hear all about it. So Maya, we will bring her on now.
Hey.
There she is. What's up, girl?
For having me. I'm so happy that we were chatting and that it was just like, of course, we need to talk. Hey, what's up, C.Truth?
What's happening? I
Long
know.
time no see either one of you. I'm just so happy.
It's been a long time.
Yes.
But we go way back.
Man,
Back
so
when I was like 7 years old. Now that I'm 27,
it was, let me see, it was back in it was in New York. It was at a seaport. You're playing your guitar at a fundraiser or something. It was like maybe in AMD-ish around that time. It was back in the day. You were just getting started.
When you do so many different things, it's just like it will really be hard for me to remember the exact.
It was back, girl. I'm surprised I remember. Honestly,
I've done so many recordings as a guest that I forget. Please forgive me for any artist that I didn't forget your song specifically. If you're listening, I just mean it happened before.
Yeah,
yeah. That song you did with the I was like, I gotta listen to it. Let me hear it.
So Maya, I did a really brief introduction. Would you mind introducing yourself to our viewers?
Hey, everybody. So as you can see on the screen, my name is Maya Azucena. I'm Brooklyn for life, born and raised.
Brooklyn!
With this Brooklyn
There
girl,
they go.
I'm so fortunate. I've started my independent career almost 20 years ago, and I'm booking and managing myself. And I have traveled to more than 40 countries making music. More than 12 of those have been grants that I've received from the US State Department, which makes me what you would call a cultural ambassador. In those tours, I'm not only doing festival stages and television and things like that, but I also give workshops and motivate, keynote speeches. I have a very diverse background. My songs, I have a 4-octave range. I studied opera.
That voice is amazing, right?
That's beautiful that you love my voice, because I love singing.
Always, yeah.
But yeah, so regarding my voice, I mean, it's essentially like my songs, most of them are anthems, which lend themselves to empowerment. And, I feel like I want to just create soundtracks that give people hope to get through their obstacles. Like you don't turn away from the darkness that you've gone through, but you face it, and then you talk about the flip, which is, things can get really dark, but there's always something else. And
always,
ideally, like my songs bring a sense of hope and a reminder that we got this, and that we're being held, that we're not alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I love that your songs are always uplifting, and they're like anthems. They're anthems, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, empowerment, upliftment. I'm curious to know what is your take on other artists learning how to utilize their voices this way? For example, being an ambassador. It doesn't feel like that's something that a lot of independent artists or any artists really tap into. How did you get into it?
That's so interesting. Thanks for asking that, because a lot of people ask me, like, how do you do this? So first of all, it's a perspective switch, which is that success doesn't only look one way. If we get stuck in a mode, then we won't recognize opportunities when they arrive. So if we get stuck in a mode that the only path to success is to get a big record deal, blow up on YouTube, and that, like, those are the only, or win American Idol.
Right. It's limiting.
Huh?
It's limiting. It's limiting.
There are these like very, yeah, exactly, limited multiple choice options that are very commercial. But we have to remember that there's a whole world out there. There are 8 billion people on this planet, and
8 billion, girl.
Most of them love music. So if you think wider, that success doesn't only have to be just one version that, we see on TV, that you have to blow up and compete, in New York City only or LA only, then you start to see, whoa, there are opportunities outside of the normal, the only path that we're told exists. So to cut to that idea, becoming a cultural ambassador, I had heard about it through one of my musicians back in the days. And it was, there was something called, essentially the US State Department has a cultural affairs department. The cultural affairs department has a budget to send American culture around the world.
Wow.
Isn't
that something?
Huh?
Isn't that something? Like, people don't know that.
It's really interesting. And so I will be on the same festival stages, on national television, huge billboards, all of it, collaborating with #1 artists in different countries. And all of it was arranged where, like, the promoter was the American embassy.
Wow.
It's so interesting. And then from there, the other important thing to bear in mind is how important relationships are. Because along your path, you may do one thing expecting it to only be the one thing, but you made good relationships, and it ends up being 15 years of work, which has been the case for me. So in addition to the normal touring to Europe, or I also have this wonderful relationship within that network. Everything that you do has a network around it.
Right.
You manage your relationships within that network, then you will get the calls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's part of how I was able and am able to tour internationally. And every country really does have its own story. Like, why I've played hundreds of concerts in Croatia or former Yugoslavia is a completely different story than the American embassy story. And why I was living in Turkey was a different story.
Right.
But all of them had to do with this notion of being open to my life and like, think outside the box. Don't just think the box that you were given. Like, don't just limit yourself to these 3 choices. There's something more, and people want what you have to give. You just need to connect with your people. Your audience.
Find your tribe. Find your tribe. Yeah.
That's what's up, for real.
Yeah. Do you find that traveling so broadly changed your sound or the way you write?
Actually, for me, all of this traveling is more so affirming my approach, because before I started doing it and before I could be open to it, I already thought in an international way.
Right.
So, and I was already inspired by international artists and things. But no matter what, of course, you're always evolving. So when I tour, and if I really get introduced to a local musician or artist from another country, I'm really like I try to incorporate new melodies. I sing in other languages too. I throw in the words so definitely it influences me, but it wasn't like a huge departure, because I already came into this journey as an artist with these ideas that be international, and so I was already allowing myself to be affected by the different international sounds.
Got you. So we know you've been singing for a very, very long time, and now you have something exciting that you're doing, something different.
Thank
you. Another
that.
Expression of yourself. So let's talk about that.
By the way, I want to say thank you so much for allowing me to, bring this to your audience. I'm really excited to be able to present a course. So my last project, my last recording solo album is called I Am Enough. And I've gone on to create like an interview series called I Am Enough World. And as you can see inside the title, it's about, empowerment. And I started to gather and collect all these different lessons that I've learned through the years, through my own journey of traveling and just being, somebody who, the thing is like, if you're a visionary creative, there are going to be stretches of time when people don't believe what you're doing, don't believe on the same level as you. And I think this goes for any entrepreneur that's doing something unique. There are tough and rough patches where you have to believe beyond the moment. And then we need tools to kind of navigate those tough moments. How do I not give up at this dream? How do I stick with it? And I came up with all these different metaphors and like just things you can hold on to that I tell myself. For example, you might be feeling a little down to the point where you're thinking like, man, it's really hard. I can't even answer my phone today. And on those days, you're really having a hard time like motivating yourself to do what you want to do, what you need to do. And I came up with a saying, which is throw yourself in the way of inspiration. So what I mean by that is like, if I were to throw myself in front of a car, I would get hit, right? So I threw myself in front of inspiration. And what I do is you create a little list of certain things that inspire you that do it every time. Every time it's for you. So let's say pick a movie or a song or maybe you haven't seen Dead Poet Society for like years and you're like, that movie, every time you see it, it's just, you remember why I'm alive, And then so all you have to do is get to that thing and force yourself to do it. Basically throw yourself in front of inspiration. And then it's like it knocks you out of this hole, this little like stuck place that you were trying to talk yourself out of it, but you just needed like a tool. Throw yourself in the way of inspiration. It could be something totally different. I need to dress up and put on a sexy dress and put on some lips. And just by doing that and putting on perfume, I got out of my zone. I was like, whew, man, I was in a dark place, but I feel good now. Okay, so wait, you know what? I never got to the point. The point is, I have a class now. It's called I Am Enough, and it's launching on Monday. And inside of it are lessons that lead you back to your live out loud, authentic self. Exactly. Oh, look at that. You just made it so much easier for me. Unstick your voice, getting unstuck, being able to transform negative energy and clean your own energy, and essentially tools to remove obstacles of doubt, judgment, and then stepping powerfully inside your business, inside your dreams. You know what I'm saying? And also we will address healing as well, in terms of if you've gone through trauma, how to navigate that trauma as well. So I cover a lot. That's why it's 4 classes in. So Monday is the first one, November 11th. It's a 90-minute session. And then Tuesday, it will be another 90 minutes. And then a week later, we'll have 2 more courses. So it's an intensive, but it's all kinds of jewels of wisdom, and it's fun and interesting. And I share personal stories, so it's also a get to know me. And so, so I'm inviting everyone to register, and I'll be telling stories about my artist career too. It's not academic.
Is it one-on-one or is it group?
The first one that I'm offering is for a group. It's a class.
Okay.
So it's a virtual live online, and as many people as want to sign up can join. And if somebody, for example, says, oh man, I can make Monday and Tuesday, but I can't make the following Monday, I will make the course available to you offline as soon as we finish the session.
Awesome.
You if you pay for my class, you're still going to be having access, even if you miss portions of the live segment.
Mm-hmm. And what do you envision is the takeaway when someone is complete with the I Am Enough Masterclass? Who are they?
Well, I feel like we are carrying a burden often. People carry burdens, intangible burdens that they have ignored for years. And the sensation that you're going to have is this sense of like, I can breathe. Right. I feel like aligned. I feel empowered. I feel ready to like take on this.
Let's go.
We're going to be in a let's go mode when you're done. Because you're going to not only remove these obstacles, you're going to have tools that you can use in the future when you go further down the road and you're faced with them again. And you're going to be like, yes. And then you're going to have a saying to go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Then you're going to have a metaphor that reminds you. Yes, 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 yes. And I created exercises as well. Things that are not only functional the first time you do it. It's meant to be philosophical, which means it's a way of life. You can continue to apply the lessons that I've gained, that I've been living my life by. I'm now sharing it with anyone because I really do want to help people. I want to help people with my voice. And I realize that through all these years, I've gained so many experiences and knowledge and spiritual wealth as well that if you, in addition to the songs, why don't I give this information to
right
people?
Yeah. So this information is applicable in your personal life and your professional life. If you're an artist.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Totally what I'm aiming for. I know it sounds so broad, but it is completely what it is.
Well, it's not really broad because what we bring our whole selves to what we do, right? So if you're an artist or performer, sometimes those things can hold you back. Sometimes there's things that are creating blockage. Yeah.
You don't even realize that it's holding you back because you haven't looked at it. And if you don't look at something, I have a saying, one of them is, I do not know a problem which, when ignored, fixes itself. I do not know any problem that when you ignore it, it fixes itself.
It doesn't work that way.
You continue to go through life ignoring the things that are calling for your attention. And you have things calling for your attention that are physical, like in your house, like there's a hole in the pipe,
right?
Relationship, but at your job. But it also starts with paying attention to your own inner issues that you just step on and bully and repress.
Right.
And if you don't ever look at that, then your ability to attract the things that you deserve that are waiting to enter. It's like, think of a door that has all these things stacked up on it, or a window that has things blocking the light. There's all this light trying to get in, but you have all this stuff blocked up in front of your windows and in front of your door that can't get in.
Yeah.
So this is what we're talking about. Let's find out what those things are. Let's remove them, and then let's be like, what? Yo, like at the end, you're going to feel energized, expanded. And it's like this, like an obstacle. Sometimes we think an obstacle is like, how do I remove this obstacle, or how do I get around this obstacle, right? But there's another thing, which is, what if I expand so much that all I have to do is just step over the obstacle?
Yeah.
We put all this energy into moving stuff. But if we expand it, we wouldn't have to move it. We would just need to step over it and keep going.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
if we identify it too, because sometimes, we don't know what we don't know. So sometimes doing this type of work uncovers things that we don't know were even there,
Absolutely.
And you're like, whoa, where'd that come from? Now you can address it.
Yes. That's because if you ignore, it's like a child that's ignored, then you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
How does that affect the
they
child?
Throw a fit.
They throw a fit.
They throw a fit. So Maya, what made you decide to do this?
Well, what happened is this, that one, I have been doing it, but I never packaged it. And I was thinking, what? Like, do you know how many workshops and keynote speeches I've given around the world, literally, for royalty, for female national leaders, for speaking, singing in jails, speaking to youth, so many times.
So
and
many.
I never packaged it. I never said, this is something I offer. I just would always do, sure, I'll do it. Sure, I'll do it. Sure, I'll do it. And I haven't been on tour a lot this year. And so in between touring, you sit there and you're thinking, like, what am I going to do with this time that I have? And I started to think, why don't I offer my knowledge and experience as a service? Why don't I give this to people instead of just random? I can package it and people can say, I need this, I want this. And then there's a place they can go and get it.
Awesome. No, that's awesome. Fiona's in the chat. She says, hey.
Hi, Fiona.
Yeah, she says a blast from the past.
Hi, Fiona.
It's been a long time. Fiona, I think Fiona's in Atlanta now, actually. Didn't you move to Atlanta, Fiona? I think she said she
went back to
Yeah.
No, this is always traveling.
Yes. So this is really good. And this is my hard work too as a coach. So I love the fact that there's another person that has experiences that they're willing to share with other people to open them up and to help them remember all the wonderful things about themselves,
It's definitely that. And, as I said, I think it's very applicable for artists, entrepreneurs, and, what I like to say, spiritual explorers, humanitarians, sensitive people who feel a lot. Maybe they have a hard time speaking up for themselves, or maybe they're sitting on one of their dreams and they're really they're so close to, putting it out, but there's something holding them back, or they've already initiated it and they're having a tough moment, or they're in transition. People are in transition, let's say a college student who's just about to graduate and enter the workforce, or a woman who's just gone through divorce and her kids grew up and she's like, who am I now? I never gave this time to myself.
Yeah. What's next?
Tell you all something. Put yourself on the list. You have a to-do list. You have a calendar.
Yes.
Put yourself on the list. And this could be that thing. Put yourself on the list. Take 4 classes that I'm offering, and we're going to go through all these things and more. And I will leave you with tools that you can use for the rest of your life, without a doubt.
Awesome.
And I only share what I have had to learn for myself. So none of these things, like how to be okay not being okay, how to transform your thoughts, how to tap into success by paying attention to peace. Why isn't happiness one of the measures we use for success? Why not?
It's a conduit.
What happens if you succeed at everything? Financially, got the house, got everything, the kids, blah, blah, blah. What happens when you get to that destination and you're not happy? Now what is success for you? And why wasn't happiness inside of that at some point? All of these things. So I only share what I, have experienced for myself. And like that kid, in some schools, structures around the world, they can't afford enough teachers. So they just let older kids teach the younger kids, kind of whatever you learn now, you pass it. These are the things that I learn and I employ in my own journey as a businesswoman and as an artist and as a human, as a woman. And it's just I'm just wanting to offer it and pass it along.
I especially love the last one that says how to make change in the world, influence change.
Yes.
Because I think that is really how to unlock the power to impact change.
Yes.
That piece is so important, because we're not doing this for us, right? The work, when people are out in the world affecting change in the world, being in contribution, is for other people. So you're lighting a spark in people so they can go out and affect change to the next person. And
You
affect
are
the next person goes to the next person.
This is the thing. It starts with just knowing who you are.
Absolutely.
You are already affecting change, but if you were to apply it consciously, how does that look?
Intentionally, for sure.
How does it look,
such
right?
an important piece. Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is awesome, girl. Welcome to the world of coaching.
Thank you. Well, I really hope this resonates with some of, our indie review radio.
Yes. And we, of course, will share it on, our social media.
And by the way, I really want you to please sign up for the November 11th, 2024 course, which is the first one, 11th and 12th of November, 18th and 19th of November. But if you don't get in on this round, you can still go join the email list and basically, like, I will let you know when I have another one, or you can contact me for, direct coaching.
Yeah, for sure. And are you going to be doing this? This is the first one.
Yes.
And then you'll make decisions around when the next one is based on how this one goes.
Yeah, I probably
that makes sense.
Live, once a season, let's say. However, I also, have already been invited to offer abbreviated versions, at schools or at different, and I can go to your office and do a specific segment. For example, you said that you really liked Unlocked Your Power to Impact Change. So imagine that I came and I only focused on that issue and
right.
So that's also possible.
Yeah, each one of these can be an actual little workshop.
Correct.
Yeah.
The intensive is like, pop, I'm gonna give you all the tools.
You can have it all, right?
I want it all.
One more question, Maya, before we let you go.
Yes.
So you're a wife now, huh?
I am
you found love. You found love in the world, girl. So tell me all about it.
What's the dish? Actually, I was doing all these concerts and shows in Turkey. So part of my international journey, I was invited to do concerts, residencies, which means I was doing I had 4-month contracts for the summer at several different resort hotels. And the resorts, these massive, beautiful stages and all this kind of thing. So I was working a lot, and those are private events, actually. But in the private events, I was doing public concerts. I worked with the symphony. I did national television in Turkey. I was enjoying myself so much. Anyway, after approximately 2 years of working, there on and off, I'm between Brooklyn and there, and Los Angeles even. I went out for a little girls' hang, just me and one girlfriend. It wasn't like we were just catching up, We went to this one place, and for some reason that night we were the only customers in the restaurant.
In the whole restaurant?
Yeah, and it's this high-end restaurant with like mixology cocktails and these really like chef like menu and everything. And because we were the only 2 people in there, and this is in Turkey, so the manager came over and chatted with us. And it turns out the manager came to talk with us because he spoke English, and the bartender was shy about his English.
Okay.
So the manager was chatting with us and everything. And well, to make a long story short, that's now my husband.
The manager?
That's my husband now.
Isn't that something?
He's no longer a manager in a hotel. He's an electronic music DJ.
Okay. Is that what he was doing before?
He always loved music, and he was doing it like on the side for fun.
Nice.
And then the restaurant industry is really challenging and stressful, and he's really good at it, but didn't love it. So it's like he found his sole purpose in music, and kind of was like, let me let this thing that I don't like go.
Oh, so you inspired him as well.
So now I'm in the US. I'm actually in Miami right now.
Okay.
I'm in Miami. I'm in the US. So don't be afraid to call me. I have good friends who are like, I didn't call you because I didn't know what time it was. We're
in Turkey.
You know, modern technology. If I can't answer, I'll just answer later. But
right.
I didn't call you for a year. You know, if somebody wants to work with me, same thing. Don't be afraid.
Right. Are you back and forth now? Is he still there?
No, my husband's
He's with you.
We're in Miami.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Is that the new home in the United States or
in Miami and Brooklyn?
Always Brooklyn, right?
Always Brooklyn.
Always Brooklyn. C.Truth, do you have any questions for Maya before we let her go? Can't hear you.
You're muted.
No questions. I think you covered everything.
You did, right? That was awesome, Maya.
Great class to take. I think people are gaining a lot from it. So definitely sign up. Get with it.
Yeah, I'm really appreciate it. It was so nice to see you. It's like I just want to hang with y'all. So I know
Anytime, girl.
I know you have a show to do, but yes, let's think about collaborating. You know, maybe we could plan something out specifically. You know, make music together.
Anytime.
Yeah, especially
how long
Miami.
are you in the States?
How long am I in the States? I mean, I'm here. So my journey is always just, you know, you never know.
Never know.
And I'll just be like, I'm out, you know. But you know, right now it's just I have little one-offs here and there. I don't have an extended departure, you know.
No tours. Okay.
At the moment, I'm just open. Let's see what's going to happen next. And writing and recording, of course. So I Am Enough is not only a masterclass, my last album, but I have already recorded and written new stuff. And
nice.
Ready for the next thing always.
Okay.
Thank you so much for
Girl,
this.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes,
and sending us a little bit of that Miami sunshine, because you know,
absolutely,
we need that.
Let a girl know you're coming. We can make plans.
Yes, because I like a Miami. I need that in my life. Yeah, but thank you so much, girl, for joining us tonight. And we have been running your information at the bottom, but if you want to let people know how they can contact you really quickly.
Oh, yes, it's at the bottom. Once you know my name, it unlocks
everything.
I don't even think my YouTube has a 1 at the end. It's just MAYA Azucena /
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah. So basically my name, just / @ you know, underscore, just MAYA Azucena.
That's right.
But I'm on Instagram a lot. So if you want to, you know, inbox me, I'll be there a lot. So MAYA Azuc.
Okay. Thank you so much. Tell hubby hello from a longtime friend.
Thank you. We appreciate that. And I'm
very, very soon.
Both of you. Thanks for the love. I feel it.
Thank you.
Always.
Have a good night.
The show. Peace.
BK in the house.
Yay. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool that people like Maya have been able to really capitalize off of their talent. I maybe know 1 or 2 other artists that have actually utilized the American culture to go abroad. Are ambassadors. They become ambassadors of the culture, if you will. And that really opens up a lot of doors for people.
Yeah. It's access. It gives you a lot of access to a lot of different things.
And all over, like literally all over the world. Yeah.
Yes.
So y'all, we about to wrap up in a minute. So you know what that means. It's time for the Daily Slice. We share this at the end of every show. It is just a small slither of life's cake that we share with you that you can take with you for the day or the moment or the week or the year, however you want to use it. This Daily Slice is actually one that someone sent this to me today. They were feeling some kind of way about the election, which I completely understand. And I just want to read it to you. And you can let me know how this resonates with you. But here it goes. It goes, agree to disagree is reserved for things like I don't like coffee or camping is the best. It is not reserved, however, for racism, homophobia, sexism, not human rights, not basic human decency. It's not just a difference in opinion. It's a difference in morality. And that's what needs to be looked at. And I think some of us have been having and I say some of us, I mean, I've seen a lot of conversations on social media today after the election, and people are having disagreements. And some people feel like you should be able to just disagree with people and let it roll off your shoulders. But this resonated with me because, again, you not liking a certain brand of coffee or tea, sure, that's your personal preference. But when disagreements come down to the core of your interests, your health, your well-being, I think that's a different conversation. And I think that some of us have to be honest about those conversations that we're having now and that we'll be having. Who knows? And I'm not having them. You having them, see?
No, definitely not.
I'm done having them, but I know people are having them, and I think it's okay. We have to be mindful not to tell people they can't feel a certain way about something. I don't think that's cool. I think it's limiting, and how they feel about it is really none of your business, honestly, whether you agree or disagree, right? You can agree to disagree and keep it moving. But if they feel some kind of way about someone's morality or human decency, that's a different conversation. So that's all. I just wanted to share that with you all. And, even when having these conversations, it's okay to be kind to one another. It's okay to, like I said, agree to disagree or move away from the conversation, especially if it's someone that you love or someone that you know is going to be a part of your life regardless. It can be a little challenging. So, see, did you have any feedback on that? Because I've seen this a lot today. That's why I decided to share it.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple, right? Like if somebody, like you said, have an opinion on something, whatever, you don't agree, it's all right, cool. It is what it is. You think that way, all right, you think that way. But when you start like attacking certain things that have nothing to do with, what we're talking about and subject, then it's definitely an issue. And
Yeah.
we ain't got time for that. We're not trying to hear that.
Right. Right. I think the gist of this was regarding the presidency, the election, and being like literally seeing on national television this man speaking certain ways about certain people, which and the things that he said he's going to do once it becoming in office. People's lives are going to be affected by that.
Or
if
they
in fact
already
he does
are.
it, right?
Yeah, they already are.
So the fact that you're okay with that means that you don't care about my life. That's how people interpret it. May or may not be true, but that's the interpretation.
Right.
So I think that understand that that's where people are coming from. Some people have the luxury of not paying attention because their lives won't be affected, or so they think.
Right.
But when you knowingly move forward in a direction that affects someone's life or their livelihood, they take offense to it. So it's more than just a simple disagreement. Yeah.
True. Absolutely.
But yeah, y'all, that is the end of our show. We have a few minutes left. Anything you want to wrap up with, see, before we go?
Anybody have any questions, any comments that they want to make?
Yeah,
definitely.
The,
let's see if there's anybody in the chat that wants to say anything or nobody.
Yeah,
has any questions.
Fiona. So my sister Tonia's here. Hey, Tonya, I know you're driving, so I hope you're not on the phone doing all that.
Hands free, Tonya. Hands free.
Hands free. And she mentioned an artist that is in Thibodaux, actually, in Louisiana, named Jessica Harper. Her name is Gemini Dragon. Look for her on Instagram and on social media. She is a blues rock, maybe, really powerful voice. She does some touring. She's been on the road around and about. So yeah, Gemini Dragon. Look her up. She's on like YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. And Fiona popped in on us. Hey, Fiona. We haven't. There's Jessica. Hey, girl. You want to bring Jessica? You want to? Oh, she might be at home in her wig or something. What you doing? You want to pop up real quick? We can always bring you back at it. Yeah, blues rock. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, and it's interesting because Thibodaux is such a small place, and I love to see people move through those small spaces into big spaces. You know, it's doable. Anybody can do it. Jessica, are you able to hop on for like 2 minutes onto the live? If so, I can send you a link. Or can you put the link in the chat? Oh, and she says, ugh, and she makes tea cakes that we sell, and they're very good. And C.Truth is a foodie.
Tea cakes. So you know. Okay, what's behind the tea cakes? I think I know what they are, but just refresh.
So tea cakes are they're small cookies, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And hers have so she has one with pecans and chocolate chips. She has another with almonds. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, almonds and white chocolate chip. And then for people that are allergic to nuts, she can do them without the nuts on both of them.
Gotcha. Is she on?
I don't know. Are you able to come on, Jessica? Or does UGG mean you don't want to do it today? Because we can have you come on another time. It's no problem.
I put the link in the Facebook chat.
Okay. The link is on there if you can hop on. Not today. I'm in a satin cap editing. No problem. We'll get you next time, girl. We'll get you next time.
Wait. Why can't she come on with the satin cap?
Satin cap. Jessica. That's cute.
Keep it real, Jessica. Come on now.
He said, keep it real.
Come on with the satin cap.
Come on with the satin cap.
We welcome everybody here. It don't matter. You don't gotta be, dressed up to the nines in order to come on the review. You could have a satin cap on.
We don't discriminate on this show.
Or whatever.
We don't discriminate, huh?
Do-rag and a fitted.
She said that's not cute. So the other thing I want to say before we go too is a big shout out to Brooklyn Siren, who just finished her video.
Congrats.
And I believe she shot some of that on the Brooklyn Bridge. And I want you guys to stay tuned because Brooklyn is going to be doing some pop-up shows in Brooklyn subways.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Maybe like first quarter. So that's going to be really dope.
Yes.
And she has another really great song that she's about to release with a very special feature that we'll have to have her come on and talk about.
Definitely.
Yeah. So really dope.
Yeah.
Kalia's typing for you, Jessica. That's hilarious. So you're not even doing your own typing today?
It's that cap, huh?
That's okay. We'll get you to come on and talk about the stuff that you're doing. And C.Truth will check out your music if he hasn't already. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, y'all, thank you so much for joining us for another show. And we'll be back. What's today? Wednesday? Are we doing next Wednesday?
Yeah.
We'll keep y'all posted.
Yeah, just stay tuned. We'll post it up when we're coming back through, but it'll be sometime next week.
So we have a lot of stuff to talk about, y'all.
Yeah, and a lot of people coming through also. So
yeah, so definitely stay tuned. And as always, C.Truth and I are wishing you guys tons of love and tons of light. And we want you to be good to yourself and good to the people around you, and stay safe for sure.
Be sure to pick and choose your battles wisely so you may return another day to win the war. Don't settle for crumbs. Get the ingredients to make the tea cakes.
There you go. Tea cakes is.
Right.
All right, y'all. We love you guys. Have a safe night. Till next time. Peace.